None of these films have anything to do with each other. No, thematically.
Welcome to Kyle and Dave versus the Machine. This is, of course, our YouTube channel.
Catch-up episode.
Speed run through this. My name's Kyle.
And I'm overwhelmed.
You can, of course, listen to our podcast anywhere you get podcasts where we go into deeper conversations. But over there, we did this a little bit of time before our newest season on the year of 2018. We talked about 3 older films.
That's right.
To kind of expand our knowledge about film, but also
Letterboxd 250.
Yeah, try to knock off a bunch
classics.
Up first, the Buster Keaton classic,
Sherlock Jr.
Sherlock Jr.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to pantomime.
Buster Keaton is one of my deep, deep loves. His imagination knows no bounds. There is this one moment that I want to call out in this 45-minute film. It is very easy breezy to watch this. He walks from the projector, walks down the aisleway, up onto the stage, and then jumps right into the movie screen.
Into the film.
Amazing.
That's technically when the movie really starts,
in
a manner of speaking. But some of the camera tricks are amazing.
Yes.
Using a double exposure to kind of come out of himself, and that's his spiritual journey into the film. Fantastic.
I don't want to make this a diatribe against modern day CGI. There is something to be said about seeing a person literally jump off of a roof and grab a hold of a pole and drop into the back of a car when you know that he actually did it. No, he actually did it.
It's amazing what the human body is capable of, and when you get to see that in the extreme, that's entertainment.
Also entertainment, perhaps, is Bicycle Thieves, neo-realist Italian classic.
Italian new wave, post-war, Scorsese's favorite film, allegedly.
One of his favorite films. What did you think about Bicycle Thieves?
Yeah, fascinating watch. Very European in that it's fucking dour. It is really an exposition about post-war human nature, class struggle.
But also a father-son story as well.
Yeah.
With the most Italian kid you will ever see in your entire life.
He's adorable. It's shot beautifully, and in the cinema verite thing, we found out the main actor, who's actually fantastic in this, was pulled out of a factory lineup and then never acted again, but he's phenomenal in this film. He's great.
I actually quite enjoyed this movie. I know you had never heard of this movie before, but I've been hearing about this movie for decades.
Humble brag. Decades? Since you were 5?
At least since I was 20. Anyways.
A decade is 10 years.
And multiple decades would be called decades. If you had 2 apples in front of you, you wouldn't say, well, I have apple and apple.
Well, you wouldn't say a multiple of apples. You would say I had 2 apples.
Checkmate. It didn't move me as much as I was anticipating. Also, I thought it was really, really strong. I really did enjoy it.
Got that humanism because coming out of World War II, there's nothing but class struggle. There's lots of debate about the merits of communism versus the incoming capitalist structures.
The only thing I will say, and you disagree with me on this, I think it is mislabeled. I don't think it should be called Bicycle Thieves. I think it should be called The Bicycle Thief. It's I know it's such a pedantic argument to make, but I don't like it that it's called Bicycle Thieves.
There's more than one bicycle thief in it.
There's 2 bicycle thieves.
Yeah,
Would you call that a multiple, Dave? Ruins the ending. It ruins the ending.
If you wanted to expound on the theme, isn't everybody in the film a bicycle thief?
Aren't we all bicycle thieves?
Yes, capitalist culture.
What did you think about Stalker, the Soviet cinema classic?
I chose Stalker because everybody told me that Tarkovsky's something I should watch. I've also seen videos about its cinematography, particularly the sand dune scene. And we watched it, and disappointing, super weird, very interesting, thought-provoking, but not what I was expecting.
I think I enjoyed our conversation about it more than I enjoyed the viewing experience. I keep trying to figure out what it was, because it's not like I don't like slow movies. Maybe it's that expectation thing when it's built up for you so much. And on Letterboxd, it's this is one of the top 35 movies of all time. It's I have a certain bar in my head that I'm thinking that this movie is going to be, and it isn't that. So maybe that's a tad unfair. And if I were to revisit it, maybe I'd be coming at it a little bit more generously.
Pull more meaning out of it.
But for the first, I would even say 45 minutes, I'm not really in this. This is not something.
All over the place,
The journey finally becomes interesting. I think ultimately,
once they're in the void,
engaging with.
Sorry, wrong movie.
The zone. But ultimately, I just found it was a bit pretentious. Is the wrong word.
It is pretentious.
I guess so. I was waiting for it to be and this is the thematic point. And then when you go online, it's everyone has a different interpretation of what is going on. I guess that's cool in and of itself. There's some interesting bits, but I actually had to read up on this afterwards to be so what actually happened in this movie.
I think that's the problem and the point. I was thinking about this a lot because I've been talking to my friend about sort of communist ethos. If you were to create, even in America, and it wasn't about money, you get a lot more films about this. You get creators who are just in their own space. And what was his quote? Like, he actually didn't give a shit what the audience thought. He just wanted to impress Ingmar Bergman and somebody else that was prominent artist at the time. As lay people, it is such a weird tone to get into, but it is beautiful for what it is.
Even though I did not have the greatest time watching this movie, I would still recommend people checking it out just for the experience.
I never turned it off. I couldn't take my eyes away from it.
Right.
Would I recommend the average person to watch it? Absolutely not.
General audience, maybe not. If you are getting into film, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a film school top 35 type of film.
Sure.
Got a lot of depth, but we're not deep enough.
Well, Dave, we are now going to jump into the year of 2018. That's what our new season is focusing on.
We've given ourselves some depth with this foray into classic film.
That's right.
Let's go.
Wait, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things.
Yeah, YouTube things. Oh, Patreon. We have Patreon.
Give us money.
We need money.
I'm a capitalist system.
We're still eating and sleeping in this shit. Can't do that for free.